Hello and welcome to my mini interview meeting with one of my wonderful clients, Sara Parsons. Hi, Sara.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I just want to let everybody know what you do. So Sara is a business strategy and mindset coach for entrepreneurs and has a wealth of experience and years in business to back up her amazing coaching. So Sara, I just wanted to know, and I want you to share with people, where were you when you signed up to work with us and what was going on?
So I was fairly early in my coaching journey as a business, and I was struggling to find a system to get clients. And I'd been given all sorts of advice from lots of other people, and I'd even hired a business coach at great expense, and he didn't really answer my questions. And I was quite surprised the money I paid and how I didn't seem to even get a result from him on how to, and he just gave me some real basic kind of information, which you can get anywhere. And so when I met Jeanne, she showed me that there is a real system and that there are lots of ways that you can reach out in an organic way without having to spend fortunes. And if you're willing to invest the time in doing that, you can really start to generate natural organic leads. And that's really what I was looking for at the time.
Great. Okay. So I'm glad to hear that we didn't give you general advice.
Nice.
Great. Okay. That's the first good step. So how specifically, because people love hearing specifics, how specifically have I and my team of coaches, because we're a team, how have we helped you and what was the experience like for you in the program?
You and your team are very supportive on all levels at all times. And I was quite surprised how you offered, message me anytime and I'll respond to you as soon as I can, and that knowing how busy you and all your team are, I was surprised how quickly you all got back and how integrated and how connected you all are to really helping each individual. And just the information that you offer as well, the content, clinic, the mindset, which is also obviously really, really important. And then weekly meetings. So you feel like you're part of a community, you make friends with other people that are going through the same things as you, and just always there to answer any kind of questions that you might have about anything, which is really, really helpful.
So great. So you're saying that what we said we would do, we did.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay, great. Because I think that's important, because I feel like a lot of coaches have told me that they sign up with programs and they're promised one thing and given another. So would you say that we exceeded your expectations as far as our promises?
Yeah, you showed me what I wanted to know about it opened my eyes to other options in gaining clients and systems that I can use. And in fact, in one instance, because of some information that you gave me on how to convert clients in the initial consultation, which is obviously the pivotal point when you're a coach, is that initial consultation. Once you eventually get that person on the phone or on the Zoom call, if you can't convert them, what's the point of everything before that? So some of the things that you taught me were so helpful that I converted one client immediately. And a second one was almost over the edge, but not 100%. But now I have so much more confidence in the consultations because I have this kind of like toolkit that I know I can use to really kind of nail what that client needs and then turn that into the offering that I can give them.
Right. So you're saying it's, about serving the client on the call, because that's what we teach. It's just serve. Okay. Well, that's great. So it sounds like the lead generation opened your eyes, and also how to you sell in a good way, because we don't teach spammy sales. And that's what you were saying you learned before. And also you got some clients. So what was that first client? When you've got the first client, what did you pull in for that first client?
She was 2,000.
Okay. Not bad for a very first client in your coaching business.
She wasn't my very first, but she was my first with you guys. 2K for six sessions.
Great. Okay. And then you got another client after that. Okay. This is awesome. So what would you say is, and I love this, transparency, because people really want to hear the transparency part that we say what we say we're going to do. So what would you say is the main thing that you gained, or the main things that you gained from this program?
I would say that information about the consultation was the main thing, because that's something I will take with me in every consultation I have from now on. And that information on itself, is so valuable, because if it's the difference between closing a client or that client going somewhere else, that's really, for me, the pivotal point between growing your business, money, shrinking your business. Yeah. So there's been lots of knowledge, lots of learning about socials, which again, I've become more consistent with my social media. I've created more of a routine, more of a plan, because you kind of get you into that mindset of doing this every day and at certain times doing things. And so I've just become indoctrinated into doing that now, which just becomes natural for me. And just lots of other stuff about, and the stuff that I still have in the portal, which I'll refer back to. In fact, actually, when the client that I did sign up, she just re-signed with me for another 9 sessions because of the document that I looked at, which was how to retain your diamond client. And I went through it. She went into it because I know she didn't have a lot of money and she had to pay me in installments. And I thought, oh, she's never going to sign up for it. And I thought, no, Sarah, she is going to sign up again, because you've made a huge impact on her. And she did. She came back in. So she's with me now for another nine weeks. So that,
I didn't know that. So we got another win that I didn't know about. That's great. Okay. So basically what you're saying is also the belief, because a lot of coaches don't believe and don't have belief in themselves. So would you say the mindset of belief helped you in this program?
Belief, yes, but I would say more so strategy in this instance, because I know I can do it. I just, maybe because I'm new in this industry, I'm learning the processes. And now I've got a system, I can just implement that system. I know it works. I've seen it work for myself. So yeah, I can just go on using the same thing.
Great. And I love what you said about habit, that you have something that you can do and you're not lost and wondering what to do every day, and you're consistent. That's great. Okay. I love all that. And it's great to hear that you got that sign. I didn't know you signed that client for another. So that's fantastic. Okay. So what would you say to people who are thinking of doing the program, but not sure?
I would say my initial thought was I liked you immediately as we were messaging. I had a feeling that, and I did hold back, because if you remember, we had our meeting and I said, oh, I'm not sure, I have to think about it. And then we had another meeting a few days later, but you were in my head and you weren't leaving my head. And I was holding back thinking, okay, is this the right step? Is this the right thing to do? But there was something that wasn't allowing me to leave it. There was something that wasn't allowing me to just drop it. I knew there was something there. And I would say to anyone who's on the fence, just, you need to believe that whatever that John's telling you, it's true, and it happens. And in fact, and more so, because there's so much information that you get, and so many nuggets of really key things that I find sometimes it's just maybe one thing that someone will say will be worth the value of what you pay, because that one thing will then change the whole direction of where you go with your business. So, you know, you can't quantify things by how much time am I spending and how much money is that, and how much does that take, how long does that take me to earn that money? You can't quantify it like that. You have to quantify it by what am I looking for? What do I really need to move my business to the next level? Pay the money and just believe in the process, and it will work, and it will start to move things forward. And it really has for me. It's made me look at my business in a really different way. And it's that mindset shift has been really, really huge. And I know I'm going to see more and more results as time goes on. Again, you know, I've only been with you for 3 months. And I'm also one of these people that I always want these instant results. Like, it's been a week, why has nothing happened? But it's like, okay, it's been a week, Sarah, just slow down. It's going to come. And sometimes it's about putting those foundations down, being consistent, keep going. And then you start to see the resistance, and things just suddenly explode. So I know there's going to be more as we go forward.
Right. 12 weeks is not that long for all the huge progress that you have made. It's insane. And I just want to just say what you just said, almost word for word, is the difference between a highly successful person and a not successful person. So highly successful people don't go, I'm paying this amount of money, where's my ROI? They say, I'm paying this amount of money, and where's that going to get me from it? And so you, without even knowing, maybe you do know that. I was just reading that book, and it's, I'm going to pay an X amount of money, and how many clients? It's, I'm going to pay this, and how is that going to change my business moving forward? So
the next 10 years, maybe, you can't quantify it. And I think investing in yourself is the best investment you're ever going to make, because you're only going to, especially with what we do as coaches, you can only then move that on and give that to someone else. So there's no limit to it.
Great. Okay. So you would say if people are on the fence to do this.
100%. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely changed where I am in my business, where my vision is for my business, and many other things going forward. So yeah, I think it's been a really, really useful step.
Great. And I just want to say something amusing. We were saying on the fence. I was actually on a kind of fence when we were. Sara was asking me these questions, and I was going zip lining, and it was one of those courses where you have to climb and you're on fences. And I was actually on the little like tiny platform, and my daughter was like stuck in the middle, and we had to get the guy, and I was waiting, and I was on the platform saying, yeah, you get this, don't worry, you get this. And you were like, I cannot believe that during your zip lining, you pulled your phone out and left me a voice message. That made me want to sign up even more.
I know. It was like this woman, she'd never stop. She's always there. Like an answer.
My kid's stuck in the middle or waiting for help. I think I'll message her. So that was funny because you said on the fence and I was on the fence. Well, Sara, you have been a delightful client, and I look forward to working with you longer. Thank you for turning up and sharing your very honest feedback here. And I just appreciate you and turning up and being a great client.